So you can also talk about apa ya, diagnostic test gitu ya. Nah ini di bagian lain di buku itu suka dipertanyakan bahwa is the formative assessment the same as the summative assessment gitu. The test can be the same ya. Tesnya bisa sama, hanya penggunaannya berbeda ya. Jadi tesnya bisa sama tapi penggunaannya yang berbeda. Okay, and timing of results. The results are available in time to take action with the students who generated them. Ya. Available in time, ya. Tersedianya tepat waktu, diberikannya kapan? Jadi diberikannya itu ya. Kemudian timing for action. Teachers and students have time to do indeed take action based on the result. Ya. Jadi masih ada cukup waktu ya, masih ada cukup waktu. Jadi yang tadi yang pertama yang di atasnya itu adalah diberikan tepat waktu ya, tepat waktu. Kemudian yang kedua itu adalah there is still time ya, masih ada waktu untuk siswa atau dan guru untuk melakukan tindakan ya, untuk to take action to improve the teaching learning process. That is why formative assessment is done during the teaching learning process. Yeah. Well, that's all what I will share today. Any questions or comments? Yuk, on cam. Yeni. Halo Yeni. Okay. Queen Vicky. Queen Vicky.
Yes, sir. Wait.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now for your assignment, in the next session, in the next session, try to do a kind of analysis or critical analysis. What teachers will have to do to make alignments between instruction or the teaching learning process and the test. Again, make a critical analysis on what teachers will have to do in making alignment between the materials in the teaching learning process and the tests. Report the critical analysis in not more than 1.5 pages. Ya. Jadi dilaporkan di not more than 1.5 pages, and submit this in the PSMART. Yeah. So, what do you have to do?
Actually, we have to do aligning the materials the teachers teach to students with the test, like that, sir?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Nah itu pertanyaan yang seperti itu. Ya. Jadi saya ingin menunjukkan pertanyaannya bukan jelas atau paham, gitu ya. Paham itu apa yang harus dilakukan, paham. Anda jawab paham itu enggak tahu apakah paham enggak gitu ya. Jadi saya ubah pertanyaannya. Jadi what do you have to do ya? What do you have to do? Terus Mas Muflizati mengatakan harus ini ya. Oh, berarti sudah betul pahaman ya. Oke, that's all. Thank you. See you 2 minggu lagi. Bahasanya Pak, masih ingat?
Next 2 weeks.
Udah lupa, udah 3. Apa?
Weeks
I see you
after.
the week after, atau I see you in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks atau the week after. Yes, Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
I love you.
Pengorbanan.
Pengorbanan ya, itu yang saya katakan sesaji, like apa ya, yang paling gampang
Offering,
contohnya, ya, that's right, ya, offering, right. Ya, di offer itu menawarkan, tapi ada offering itu sesaji, itu tahu aja. Offer bisa tadi berarti menawarkan. Kalau menawar apa? Menawar bahasanya apa? Menawar.
Bargain.
Check dictionary how to pronounce it. Check your dictionary how to pronounce that word. Bargain.
Bagin.
No. What is the last sound? Hello, apa?
Kin, Pak.
Bargain. Bargain.
Bargain.
Ya, apa?
Bargain.
Bargain, yeah, bargain, right? Yeah, so yeah, check the dictionary. Check the dictionary. If you use standard dictionary and that is the pronunciation, then let's accept that. But in Oxford Dictionary, it is pronounced as bargain, not bargain. Yeah. Okay, offer regular descriptive feedback. Yeah, feedback. Ya, umpan balik to the students. And then teach the students to self-assess and set goals for next steps. This is one way to make students accustomed to being autonomous, to self-assess, you can say about reflection. Ini dari reflection, to reflect on, to self-assess, menilai diri sendiri ya. And then set goals, ya, menentukan tujuan for the next steps. What will the teachers or students do for the improvement? Yeah, strategies of assessment for learning is meant for improving the learning, the teaching learning. The next is use evidence of students' learning needs to determine. How do you pronounce determine?
Determine.
Anda jangan ragu-ragu dengan stres ya. Maybe I told you before, when you learn English, you need to pay attention to the stress. Jadi kalau Anda mengatakan determine, itu belum ada stresnya, ya, harus ada stresnya. Kawan?
Determine.
No.
Determine.
Ya?
Determine. Second syllable the stress, Pak.
Okay. The second syllable is stress ya. Determine ya. Determine. Jadi yang mengatakan determine itu ada belum ada stresnya ya. Determine betul. Harus determine ya. Juga jangan determine enggak. Bukan D ya, di stresnya, tapi the second ya. Determine, bukan main juga ya, bukan determine. Right? Some students they pronounce this as determine. Yeah. Determine, yeah. Some words, some words with TER have the stress on the TER. So here we have determine, and then external, internal, alternative. All of them have the stress on TER. TER, right? Jadi kokes di situ ya. Tapi jangan selalu diyakini begitu, yang selalu cek di dictionary for the correct pronunciation. Yeah, so there must be evidence of the students' learning needs. This will be used for improving, or for taking steps, taking measures, langkah-langkah to teach, to improve the teaching learning process. Okay, design focus. How do you pronounce focus?
Focus, sir. Focus.
No.
It's not focus.
Siapa? Ya ini ada apa itu? Kan koperasi itu. Ini. Ya. Oke, apa? Fokus.
Focus.
Focus, ya, not focus ya. Bukan fokus tapi focused, ya, focused. Focus. Juga jangan focus, ya, focus. Some students pronounce this as focus, obscure, procedure, ya, sering begitu. Jadi you need to check the dictionary, ya. Design focus instruction, followed by practice with feedback. Yeah, focus instruction here means specific. Yeah, specific. How to write specific?
Specific.
No.
Specific.
No.
Specific.
No. Kawan, siapa mau coba lagi?
Specific.
Hah?
Specific.
No. Yeah, okay, ya. That is why I do have a pronunciation. Ya, ternyata kata spesifik yang sudah sangat dikenal, saya yakin sudah sangat kenal, sudah lama kenal, gitu ya. Ternyata ucapannya masih salah, ya. Misalnya saya coba pelan-pelan diperhatikan, check your dictionary, and pay attention to the stress. Ya, pay attention to the stress, and also.
Specific.
Hah? Tadi, Mbak Selvi?
Specific.
Ya. Yang bunyi pertamanya apa? Itu apa betul spek? Dari kakak. Hah? Ya, bukan spek ya, bukan spek. Lambang E terbalik itu dibaca bukan spek. Nah, ini masih Mbak Pratiwi ya, Mbak Pratiwi sudah di chat room ya. Ya, itu bunyi pertamanya kan bukan jadi yang mengatakan spe bukan spe ya, gitu, tapi spe. Nah, stresnya pada yang kedua ini ada lambang koma papel itu di atas, stresnya di situ. Oke, yuk sekarang coba baca, siapa mau coba baca? Siapa mau coba baca yang di chat room? Pak Kartini. Pak Kartini.
Specific.
Oh, itu Anda nggak baca itu. Anda nggak baca itu.
Spe-
Stresnya yang kedua, ayo. Ada tadi spesifik, itu salah stres.
Specific.
Ya, oke ya. Spesifik, C-nya lebih keras ya. Bukan spesifik, spesifik itu yang kelasnya spe ya. Kalau spesifik, yang setelahnya C, ya, spesifik, right? Oke. Ya. Oke. Jadi berapa lama Anda kenal kata spesifik? Kapan tahu ucapannya yang benar? Kapan tahu ucapannya yang benar?
Now, Pak.
Yeah, today. Yeah, that is why. Yeah. Jadi, and again, yeah. Although I remind you about the correct pronunciation, don't think that you have to be perfect in your conversation. Yeah, when you speak to other people, ya don't worry about making mistakes enggak ya. Jadi ini pengalaman saya dulu pertama-tama saya berdasarkan pengalaman itu banyak kesalahan termasuk kata-kata yang sudah sangat dikenal itu ternyata banyak salah, itu kan saya terus mengingatkan seperti ini. Terus karena sering mengingatkan, terus ada mahasiswa itu yang kalau sudah ngomongnya sudah lancar itu, sudah ngomong lancar gitu, terus ngomong ini, Pak Agus itu membuat saya jadi ragu-ragu kan gitu, kalau mau ngomong ada jadi ragu-ragu gitu. Ya, itu akhirnya belajar dari situ ya, saya kemudian mengatakan bahwa you need to speak to other people, don't worry about making mistake ya, pokoknya ngomong aja ya, misalnya nanti di presentasi ya udah ngomong saja, salah nggak apa-apa gitu ya, salah nggak apa-apa, tapi always try to improve your pronunciation ya, cek dictionary, yang penting cek dictionary, and don't believe on your current on your present pronunciation, jangan terlalu percaya dengan pronunciation Anda sekarang ini ya, karena mungkin tidak dicek di kamus ya, sangat mungkin tidak dicek di kamus, so check the dictionary for the correct pronunciation ya. Nah, focus instruction also mean specific instruction ya. So when you have the teaching learning process, then you need to pay attention to specific topic ya, specific topic. Don't be too general, don't talk about something too general, but focus on something, right? This is focus instruction or specific instruction. Then provide students opportunities to track, reflect on, and share learning progress. Yeah, and well, now in different books, yeah, in different textbooks, you can find where ada reflection namanya, ya, ada bagian reflection. This is for students to reflect on what they have done in the unit, for example, in the unit. So at the end of a unit, usually a book provides a section for reflection. For example, in this unit, I learned best how I understand about this, about apa nanti dituliskan di situ apa ya, and I still don't understand about this, ya, apa dituliskan di situ. What I need to do further, or I need to learn further is, gitu ya, itu jadi seperti itu reflection. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. This must be. Ini harusnya di slide yang berikutnya, tapi nggak apa-apa. Jadi sebetulnya harusnya yang pertama adalah yang formatif dulu ya, formatif. Tapi kemudian nanti summative ya. But it's okay ya. Udah terlanjur. Saya lupa mengatur. Harusnya summative di kemudian ya, di bagian mereka. Anyway, saya sampaikan ya, summative assessments can be thought of as an instrument. How do you pronounce instrument?
Instrument.
Thank you, Mas Yudo. Instruments, ya. Sebelumnya Anda mengucapkan apa?
Instrumen, Pak.
Instru kan, ucapannya instru kan. Ya, ternyata sekarang baru tahu membacanya ternyata instre, bukan true ya, tapi tre. Gitu. Jadi mungkin sebelum Anda mengecek kamus, Anda berpikiran ini, Pak Agus tuh kayak gitu aja ditanyakan, gitu ya. Kita kan sudah tahu ucapannya. Gitu. Ya, ucapannya instrumen ya bukan, ternyata instre, bukan true ya. Nah, jadi ini yang saya tanyakan ini based on my experience ya, the words which are often mispronounced ya, yang kata-kata yang banyak di ucapannya salah. Summative assessments can be thought of as any instruments or task whose results are intended to be used to make judgments about a level of competence or achievement. Yeah. So this is usually at the end of, for example, a school year, and the judgment can be, for example, whether a students will be naik kelas. Bahasa Inggrisnya apa?
Grade promotion.
Nah, itu kan kata bendanya kenaikan kelas. Saya ngomongnya apakah siswa akan naik kelas. Nah, itu kan kata kerja. Yuk, Mbak.
Promoted, sir.
Ya, yeah, oke, good. Anda sudah pandai untuk menggunakan kata itu ya. Tadi betul sudah. Kenaikan kelas itu kan grade promotion ya gitu. Nah, tapi saya kadang-kadang kan mengatakan verbnya kan. Verbnya jadi whether students will be promoted ya, will be promoted to the next grade ya, to the next grade. Jadi betul sudah will be promoted ya gitu. Itu verbnya ya kan gitu. Whether students will have to get a remedial okay, right. Itu summative assessment. Well, actually, when we talk about assessment for learning, we talk about formative assessment. Yeah, formative assessment refers to the assessment that is specifically intended to provide feedback on performance to improve and accelerate learning. Yeah. So the focus here is on improvement, yeah, to improve or accelerate learning. So this is done during the teaching learning process, not at the end of the teaching learning process. Another definition, yeah, formative assessment is defined as assessments carried out during the instructional process for the purpose of improving teaching and learning of all learning. Yeah. So 2 important points here. The first one is the assessment is carried out during the instructional process, and the purpose or the objective is for improving the teaching or learning. What makes formative assessment formative is that it is immediately used to make adjustments so as to form new learning, ya, untuk yang baru, ya. Sebentar. Yeah. Okay. Next definition. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. In the classroom, we assess formally through assignments, tests, quizzes, performances, projects, and survey. How do you run survey? nanti di akhir sesi ini kita on cam ya. Di yang belum siap-siap kadang-kadang kan kalau off cam kan pakaiannya seadanya gitu. Nah, nanti kita di akhir on cam ya, and I will call you if your faces are not on the cam on the screen, and if I call you and you do not respond to my call, then I will consider you as being absent ya gitu. Jadi kalau tidak muncul di gambarnya dan Anda saya panggil nggak jawab ya, meskipun ada namanya tetap saya anggap tidak masuk ya. Di akhir nanti kita on cam, siap-siap aja. Survey, how do you pronounce survey?
Survey, sir. Survey.
Another pronunciation. That is okay. Another pronunciation.
I don't know.
Oh, check dictionary. Don't say you don't know. Check dictionary.
Survey.
Yeah. What is the first one tadi? Yang pertama tadi apa?
Survey. Yang pertama kan
Survey.
survey.
Survey. The second first, yeah. And the second?
Survey.
Survey. The second. What is the difference? What is the difference?
The stress.
Sorry.
Stress.
Stress. Okay. Another different.
Power.
Speech.
Power.
Kelas katanya.
Verb and noun.
Part of speech.
Yeah.
Ya. Part of speech.
Verbs and parts of speech. Yeah. Survey is a. No.
Verb.
No. Survey.
Noun.
And survey is the verb. Ya. Nanti kalau Anda lupa, ingat kata present and
Present.
ya, present Anda saya tidak kalau saya lupa itu saya menggunakan kata ini karena kata itu yang sangat dikenal betul gitu ya, kita mengucapkannya present and present itu stresnya yang kedua kan, and present is a verb. Berarti survey dengan stres yang kedua adalah verb, survey dengan stres yang pertama itu adalah a noun gitu ya. Itu untuk mengingat-ingat kalau lupa gitu ya, kalau sudah lupa kita bisa mengingat gitu, right? Okay. So ini ada assess formally ya. Jadi tadi bukan formatif tapi we talk about formal assessment. This is planned in advance, or usually called, you can say, planned carefully. You have assignments, tests, quizzes, performances, projects, or surveys. Later we are going to talk about informal assessment. Okay. These instruments must be of high quality. That is, they must yield accurate. How do you pronounce accurate?
Accurate.
No. Kawan cek dictionary.
Accurate.
No. Pay attention to the stress.
Accurate.
Sudah hampir betul tapi kok masalah jadi salah. Sudah hampir betul. Karena sudah terpengaruh biasanya. Sudah hampir betul tadi. Sudah hampir betul. Mbak Pratiwi, munculkan di chat.
Accurate.
Accurate. Setelahnya ada pertama ya. Jadi tadi Mas siapa tadi ya? Kan bacanya accurate. Nah, itu rate-nya masih stres kan. Padahal harusnya enggak ya. Jadi accurate. Setelahnya pada yang pertama ya. Accurate information about the achievements, expectations being taught, and they must provide. Nah, ini ya. Ini kita seringkali ragu-ragu atau tidak mau menggunakan they ketika we talk about plural verbs, plural nouns. Itu kan ada instrumen maka dengan menggunakan they ya. Itu kadang-kadang nggak mau. Ya. They must provide evidence at a fine enough grain size to be instructionally useful. Ya. Grain size itu ya maksudnya cukup detail ya, cukup detail to be instructionally useful. Ya. Ya, itu ya formal assessment, and then as told you, we talk also about informal assessment. Informal assessment, we assess informally through questioning, dialogue, observing, and anecdotal note-taking. Yeah. Maybe I told you before about assessment. Yeah, assessment. Now, when we talk about assessment, it is a general term for covering many techniques. Yeah, including questioning. Yeah. So when the teacher asks a question to students, this can be categorized as a part of assessment. Right? So the teacher asks students, ya. Nah, pertanyaannya harus pertanyaan yang mengarah kepada jawabannya itu, the answer of which can tell the teachers whether the students understand or not. Ya. Di harus begitu. Bukan pertanyaan jelas, ya jelas. Do you understand? Do you understand? Got it? Am I understood? Bukan gitu. Kenapa? Guru disarankan tidak bertanya seperti itu. Jangan bertanya, do you understand? Atau kalau bahasa Indonesianya kita ya jelas, paham, jelas. Kenapa nggak boleh? Ya,
Membuat siswa enggan bertanya, sir. Like that.
Oh, bukan itu, no.
Konteksnya nggak jelas, Pak.
Nggak jelas. Apa lagi? What else? Okay, if students answer yes, are you sure that students understand? Are you sure that the students understand?
Not
No.
all of them.
No,
Oh.
not really.
Ya, no. Jadi kita nggak tahu apakah siswa benar-benar paham atau tidak. Meskipun mereka jawabnya yes. Nah itu kalau di dalam bahasa Indonesia itu kan kadang-kadang siswanya itu bahasa wajah itu urik, ya, bahasa Jawanya itu. Bahasa Indonesia apa ya? Bahasa Indonesia apa ya? Jadi ketika guru bertanya, jelas, muridnya jawabnya belas. Gurunya bertanya dong, muridnya mengatakan belum. Jadi kayaknya sudah jelas, ternyata maksudnya belas. Gitu ya. Nah, so harusnya pertanyaan seperti apa? Saya contohkan ya. Kalau for example the teacher teaches the simple past tense, misalnya, the teacher teaches the simple past tense. Then after teaching, nggak bertanya do you understand, bukan gitu, tapi coba if you want to say something in the past, what verb do you use, gitu ya. Nah, kalau saya kemudian menjawab we use the second verb form, nah, baru oh ya berarti paham gitu ya. Nah, itu jadi questionnya yang diubah sehingga ketika saya menjawab we know that. Okay, these questions must also be carefully constructed to yield accurate and useful information. Now, requirements for maximizing the impact of formative assessments. Aligned to instruction, all items or tasks must match what has been or will be taught. Now, this is not easy, ya. Jadi tidak mudah untuk alignments to instruction. Jadi kita sering mendengar ada siswa mengatakan apa yang diajarkan tidak keluar dalam ujian. Bahasanya apa? Apa yang diajarkan tidak keluar dalam ujian. Ayo. Saya mau coba. Apa yang diajarkan tidak keluar dalam ujian. Saya ingin terjemahan yang mirip, ya. Meskipun Anda juga bisa mengatakan dengan cara yang lain, tapi saya ingin yang pertama adalah menerjemahkan yang mirip dengan kalimat asalnya. Terjemahkan apa yang di case of IELTS, for example, ya, you can get models of the writing test, the writing test or the writing products. For example, for band 9, for band 8, for band 7. Okay. So if you want to get a score of 9, then you have to learn from the samples or models in band 9. This is the same. So teachers need to provide samples or models of the products, high quality product and low quality product. And then offer descriptive, regular descriptive feedback. What does offer mean? What does offer mean? Hello. Are you with me? What does offer mean? What does offer mean? Ya, kata saja menyediakan. Ya, offer can mean menawarkan. In this context, it means provide regular descriptive